What's going on, everybody?
How are you guys doing today?
Hopefully y'all can hear us and see us okay. We look a little choppy on my end, but I don't know how it looks for y'all.
See real quick. Yeah,
I'm on the internet.
you're on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so it'll be what it'll be. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're trying to do our live streams again weekly, and we usually do them on Wednesdays, but as you guys know, I've been a little under the weather.
Yeah.
And I needed yesterday to catch up on my rest.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm feeling a lot better today, and that's why we decided, you know what, I kind of thought about it yesterday. I was like, I'll probably be up to doing it tomorrow. So that's why we're doing it today. But Thursday is not going to be our normal day. We're going to go back to Wednesday next week. So, yeah, good stuff.
Heck yes.
Yeah. As you guys can see, the awesome fence Gary put in for us is keeping the dogs at bay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm loving it. You did such a bang-up job with that, Gary.
It went out pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. It was just pounding in some posts.
I mean, that was a lot of work. I mean, don't shortchange yourself. That was a lot of work.
Well, it was a lot of work. It was. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot quicker than all the other fencing that we've done.
Well, and it's only one string, right? Versus all of the other times that we've done fencing, it's been several, so. Yeah, so I'm going to say hello to everybody tonight. Popping into the chat. Let me go on here really quick. Got to go to show all messages and not just the top ones, because if I do top ones, then, it's not going to show everybody. Okay, so let's see. I see Trisha. Hey, Trisha, good to see you in here. Miss Sheila, Michael, Heather Hopper, Knuckleheads Homestead. Hey, I kind of like that name. That's pretty cool. That would fit me and Gary. We're a bunch of Actually, we're blockheads. Christian, good to see you in here too. Oh man, something just popped up on Gary's phone. And of course, because we're live, it's going to go crazy. Excuse me. Last person I saw was Christian. Let me see. Oh, and now everybody's popping in. It's all Grady's in here, working with Wiley, Belinda, Nisi, Glenda, Paul, Gary Seitz. Hey, Gary.
What's going on?
Another Gary. Dorian, Joseph, Thomas, Greg, Leon, Patrick, Elisa, Pam, Sherry, Sean.
What's going on, everybody?
Patricia, Big Dreams, Tiny Budget. Hello, everybody. Can y'all do us a favor, and as you guys join the chat, make sure to locate the button that looks like this and give it a little tap, tap, taparoo for us. That really helps us out. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking to you guys about some of our upcoming plans and I guess some of the stuff that we plan to do, because there's been a lot of questions on why, and of course, the most favorite question of all time, the when, right? And, we had discussed about after the kids go back to school, how we were going to start immediately back on our house. Now, that's still on the agenda. It just hasn't worked out that way exactly, because the second the kids went back to school, that very first week, we ran over and we helped David on Come On Homesteading with tearing down that shed building. And then the week after that, we went over and we helped out It's All Grady with their truss raising. And now this is the third week that the kids have gone back to school. And of course, I get sick.
Yep.
So the timing of everything hasn't exactly worked out how we wanted it to.
However, we did start working on it. I mean, you have to get a game plan going.
This is true.
Before you even do anything. So, I mean, technically we did start working on it.
Right. Gary got all the numbers and things together, and I'll let him take over on that, because I know that that's what you guys really want to know.
Yeah.
But before I do, I see Randall. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. You guys never have to do that, but thank you so much, man. He says, glad to catch the live. I'll be down that way last week in September. Great work. As always. Now, when are you getting it all done? It's magic. That's right. Randall, send me an email. We'd love to meet you in person. You've been a longtime subscriber. We love you, and maybe we can catch a lunch.
Yes.
The email is SimpleLifeReclaimedVlogs@gmail.com. I would love to give you a big old hug. Maybe not right this second, because I don't want to share my germs, but by the end of September, I should be all right. So let's get something in the works. That would be great. Excuse me. Everybody is wishing Gary says, I thought you guys were cone heads, Mel. No, we're not cone heads. We're a bunch of blockheads with all this block work. Block seems to be the name of the game, and that's going to be actually something that we're returning to before we keep on going on the cabin. And I think that there's a misconception of what and why and how and when and all that. So I'm going to let Gary talk about why we're going to do with the blocks, and I guess which would lead into like the roof and stuff, because I know that that's a huge stressor for all y'all out there. Huge stressor for us too. Believe me, it's our house, you know. But it all has to work. You got to do it step by step. So Gary, actually, again, really quick, we got a couple more super chats flying through. Thank you. It's just a super sticker, actually, and it's from Elisa. Thank you so much, Elisa.
Thank you, Elisa.
That's a really cute one. It's got like a big person giving a little person a present with some balloons. Thank you so much for the gift.
Awesome.
Very kind. And then there was another one right here, and it's from Leon. It doesn't say anything at all, but it's got your picture on there, Leon Miller. Thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are the best.
Thank you, thank you.
And I do see working with Wiley. It was great to hang out with you and Jen. They actually were Altruistic Farmstead, but they recently did a name change.
Yes.
And it's Our Mountain Homestead. Our Mountain Homestead, I believe. Or if it's just Our Mountain Home. Wiley, correct me. Is it Our Mountain Homestead or is it Our Mountain Home?
Just change it. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta get used to it. But they were Altruistic Farmstead, very good friends of ours. And I mean, the beans have already been spilled. So there are going to be some new neighbors. You guys will definitely be seeing them on our channel. We're going to help them out. They're going to help us out. We're definitely going to be hanging out and stuff. Wiley says home, Our Mountain Home.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So that's what it is, guys. I'm going to get used to it, Wiley. I'm sorry for butchering it tonight.
Our Mountain Home.
Our Mountain Home. I got you.
I
got you, bro. And Lindsay, I see you in here. She's putting it in there too. Our Mountain Home. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Love you guys. Into the Mist. You're the bestest. And oh my gosh, guys. Gary TP. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, from one Gary to another Gary.
Thank you.
You are awesome. And that one doesn't say anything either. It's just some love. And thank you so much. So Gary, the blocks. So why are we going back to block? What's up with that? I thought we were done with the whole block escapades.
Well, you know me, and I got to thinking about everything, and I'm all.
And that's where the trouble starts.
Pretty much. Anytime I get to thinking around anything, things get a little crazy.
Right.
But yeah, no, I was trying to think about how I was going to do everything, and
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I can connect the posts easily with just a metal bracket and, screwing it into the bracket with the wooden post. But the posts are quite expensive. Like a 6x6x8 post from when I was looking on Home Depot was $50.
Yeah, for one post, man. Highway robbery.
So, yeah. If I can get more than, one post per pillar aspect in the sense, or like less than a post, I would say. Like, if I could take one post, cut it in half and use it for two, then that would make a little bit more logic sense in my brain. Being like, okay, we can do that. But doing the whole way up there, man.
And now the post that he's talking about, guys, is our patio area right here where it's all concreted. We do, and we've always had plans to have a nice big deck that goes over here. This back concreted area, we will have it an enclosed patio down here off the basement. And then upstairs, we got the sliding glass door that's already built into the cabin. And then we have the door coming out from the kitchen. Well, it's not just going to go out to nowhere. It's going to go out to the decking that we're going to build. Now, that decking is going to be a covered decking, which kind of goes back into the whole swing of things with why we haven't done the roof, because we haven't finished building all of the things that are going to be needing to get roofed.
Correct.
And when you're doing roofing, you got to start from the end and work your way up to the top, so that way when the water comes, it goes away.
Yep.
So. And
the way that we've sort of done it so far to keep our sanity and keep everything dry up there, we sort of did it a little backwards again.
A little bit.
But I mean, it's not really backwards either, because you'd want to have a house up against it to where you can build the side of the roof coming off for the porch and everything. So it gives me an idea of where I want everything to be.
Yeah.
I do have to rip off all my subfascia on this side, but that's neither here nor there. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, you prepared for that.
I prepared myself for that one.
Prepared for that one.
Yeah.
Drew's Lens, what's going on? Gang. I see Miss Lila's in here too. Leon and says, I want to thank you guys for the way that you are raising your kids and teaching them the work ethic and showing them that it's okay to help others and not expect anything in return. You know what, Leon? That's 100% it. I feel like that was something that was more typical with my parents and even my grandparents' generation. And somewhere along the line, as humanity and as, civilization became more advanced and we got all of these newfangled things to make life easier, our lives got easier, but our lives also became more estranged. And as much as I love the internet, it provides me with a job. It provides us an opportunity to hang out with you guys wherever in the world that you are. Yep. As connected as it makes us, it also makes us very disconnected too. So you got to toe that little fine line with it. And thank you for acknowledging and seeing what we're trying to do here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if we can be influencers of anything, which I don't really like that term, but it is what it is. If we can be influencers of anything, that's what I want it to be of. I want it to ignite a fire in people to go out and make a change in their personal life and help other people and to just keep that going, because that's what the world really needs, especially like right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So the blocks, guys. When we did our blocking, I know I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna squirrel around.
You don't say.
You don't say. So when we did our blocking, guys, originally we were planning on going 13 blocks high. We ended up stopping at 12 because once we got up that high, we were like, this is good. Like, we're good here.
Started looking at it and just like, we're already 8 foot.
Yeah.
We're at 8 feet.
Yeah, we're at 8 feet, so we're good. So we ended up having, because we had ordered so much block, we ended up having a bunch of block left over of the 8-inch block. We've used a ton of it down in the garden area. We're trying to use all of the materials as much as possible. Well, we still have quite a bit of the 12-inch block, but the 12-inch block we only used on that back wall.
The U.
Oh, you're right.
This side, back, and then this side over here coming to the kicker.
Totally right. My bad. He's like, I'm not going to let you slide on that one.
No. I've always said that if I ever do blocks again, I'm going to stay away from the 12s, but I'm going back at them.
So what happened is we still have quite a bit of those 12-inch blocks left over that are just kind of sitting there because we didn't use any of those 12-inch blocks for the garden area. We haven't used any of the 12-inch blocks for really anything else. They've just kind of been...
They're big and heavy. 50 pounds each.
Yeah, they're very heavy, and they are, pretty big. So Gary went over and he did kind of an inventory of our supplies that we already have on hand and kind of figured what we're going to need to get and what we have on hand so that way we can keep going. And turns out we have just enough block if we use the 12-inch block to do the pillars, right? And so the pillars, when you're looking at our basement, it's got the kickers that come out to the side. We're only going to go up to that height.
Correct.
We're not going to go higher than that. We're going to do it just as high as the kickers, cap them off the same way that we did the cap off for the kickers. And then from that, then it'll be wood going up to the wood deck above.
Correct.
So that's all in the works. And tomorrow is going to be a very exciting day because tomorrow we're going to go pick up the rest of the materials that we need.
We need to get some sand. We need to get some mortar. We need to get some concrete. We need to get some rebar.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at least we have the blocks.
At least we got the blocks.
Gotta look at the bright side.
Man, that mortar is not... Oh, man, dude.
That
mortar is not cheap. I'm hoping that we can get away with it for one bag. I'm hoping. We should be able to get away with it for just one bag.
Yeah, with some sand and stuff, because one bag does stretch pretty far.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'd only cut it in half and use that half. Yeah, and it's a whole wheelbarrow, and then...
So one bag would be 2 wheelbarrows. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to be getting to some block work here really soon. And simultaneously, like at the same time that we're doing this block work and kind of setting it, because it is going to have some curing time before we can fill those cells with concrete and finish with the rebar and cap them off and everything. we're going to start working. I know it's been kind of in the works, and it's been something that's been pushed aside and yada yada. The kids' playhouse. We haven't forgotten about that. We still really want to do that. We definitely feel kind of like, oh man, we should have had it done by now, but life happens. We were too busy making memories, and so now's going to be the perfect time for that.
Yes, the weather is definitely has changed into our favor.
I'm sorry for coughing so much tonight, guys.
It's okay.
I'm doing what I can. I am feeling better, but we're just going to have to put up with it. So, like I said, as we start doing the block work over here, we're going to go and set the concrete over on the other area and build that foundation up for the playhouse.
Get all those footings done, and by the time that we get finished pouring all those footings and everything, we should be able to either come back over here and fill the cores of the block, or if the block mortar is still drying and whatnot, and we have to give it a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to take that long though. I think it's going to be that perfect time to where we can fill these, and then as well as go up the hill and start working on the footings for the top deck.
Yes, because we're going to have this back deck over here where the concrete is, but then in the front, the area of the house that faces Roxanne and Anthony, Country Road Cure, we still have to build a whole mud room, guys. Like, we still have to put up walls over there. We got to build flooring over there. We got to do a whole room on the exterior of the building right there, which again is going to connect into the roofing, go down to that. So that's one of the reasons why we haven't necessarily done the roofing yet. Not to mention, it's been like 1,000,000 degrees outside, and who wants to be up there during this? I don't. And my hat's off to all you roofers out there that do it professionally. I guarantee you there's going to be somebody who says that I do this all day in my sleep. And here's your golf clap. We're not professionals, guys. We are just DIYing it, giving it our best shot, and we do what we can as we can. And we're learning how to do all of this stuff along the way too. So I'm going to go to these comments really quick, and then we'll take some questions, and I guess we'll further explain it a little bit more on kind of the design and stuff, because it's also been something that Gary had an idea of how he was going to do it one way, and then like once I had him draw it down on a piece of paper, I was like, what do you think? What in the world? And then so our ideas, like, we had spoken about it, but what he was envisioning in his mind and what I was envisioning in my mind, they weren't really syncing up. So it kind of went back to the drawing board a little bit, and
she saved me so much headache and so much of a nightmare.
I'm good for something sometimes.
Well, I was seriously sitting there like scratching my head like, this is going to be interesting, and trying to tie into this and that. I'm going to have to do hip roofs. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that. I was just like, oh my goodness, trying to figure out how I'm going to tie everything in and get everything going. And I was going to have to drill a post hole over on the other side. And yeah, she's like, no, so Gary, you're just going to follow the kickers, aren't you? I'm
so Gary
all,
might have been overthinking it. I know, shocker, right? He might have been overthinking it just a tad. And I had to remind him of that old Army acronym that Anthony and plenty of our friends and people have told us along the way. And that's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And we know that, man. We know it. And sometimes, you get so excited, or you start thinking about things, and you forget to keep it simple. Right? Right, babe?
Me keep it simple?
I know. Oh gosh, it's gonna be a coughing fit, friends. Okay, so Lila wants to know, how is Abe feeling? Abe is feeling loads and loads better. Abe did go to school today.
Yep.
He had been out of school for 2 days, and the first day he definitely 100% needed to be out of school. The second day was more of like me and Gary more so being like, we're just gonna make him stay home one more day just because, we want to make sure that he's not going to be spreading any crud anywhere. And yes, that was yesterday. And yesterday he was just bouncing off the walls, man. I was like, maybe we should have sent him, but I'm happy we didn't. He had one extra day to relax. And today he went back, and happy as can be, came home from school, and yeah, everything was kind of back to normal. And he's kind of like me. He's not really coughing though. Abe has more of like the sniffles and runny nose.
Yep.
More so than anything. And me, I got the coughing fits.
You definitely had the coughing fit.
Oh my gosh, sure. Yeah, it's like it's bad. Oh my goodness, Mr. Pickles. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Man,
wow.
Thanks so much, man.
Put this towards some new chairs. Thanks for your awesome content. Seriously, wow. Thank you so much. That is that's good. That's a huge chunk. That is a huge chunk. Thank you so much. Wow, guys. Thank you. I will definitely have to go hit up Sports Academy because that definitely made me a little sad.
Yeah.
I know. What a kick in the butt, right? You're not feeling well, and then you go do all this work, and you clean out the truck, and, oh, man, these chairs are so nice. And go put them over here and set them all out. Come out later. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, Mr. Pickles. Very kind and generous of you. Sheila Tubbs, my husband's still working, will be 73 in November. Well, happy early birthday to him, Miss Sheila. And then Frazendo, I hope I did not butcher that too much. And hello from Brazil. Hello, all the way to Brazil. Hey. Happy to have you with us tonight. Let me see if there was any questions before we just keep rambling, because that's what we do. We just, especially me. Ironic says, Mel, don't worry about coughing. You're only human. Thank you for giving me the grace tonight. I appreciate that. And then working with Wiley is letting Jamie, Miss O'Rourke, know about Jen. She's still in some pain, but she's taking a nap. Yes, thank you so much for including us, Wiley, with the update on Miss Jen. For those of you guys that don't know, Jen with our mountain home, not Altruistic Farmstead anymore. I was about to say Altruistic Farmstead. She went under some surgery, and so she's recovering. But praise God, she sounds like she's recovering well, and we'll be seeing her again soon. So give her a big hug and some love from us, Mr. Wiley. That would be awesome. And make sure that she knows that we are very happy that she's on the mend.
Yes.
Gary, the chairs that the dogs got can be your fishing chairs.
This is true.
You know, I was thinking about kind of just taking the rest of the fluff off of them, but I don't know how well it's going to hold.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Worst comes to worst, I can always stitch.
They're kind of...
I know.
They're kind of had it. The dogs
really did a number on them.
Maybe we can just gut it and then put it out there, and they can have it as their own chair.
That's
their chair now.
You want to tear it up? Go for it.
There you go. It's yours. Just take all the stuffing off so they can't put little...
Can't get it all over that dang place again.
Yeah, no mess. Excuse me. CRC was at the lake, and I saw the paddle boat upside down. Did Gary do that, or did someone trespass?
No, that was me.
Yeah.
Did that so it wouldn't fill up with water on the inside, and then it also keeps it just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, we need to go over there with like a pressure washer and get some of that yuck and dirt and nastiness off of it. And another thing, actually, I'm happy that you mentioned CRC. We actually talked with them this morning. We have on our daily walks taking the kids to the bus stop and stuff. We all walk together back up, and we chat about what we're going to do and what we need to do for the property and this and that. And the pond area is on our radar. I don't want to spill beans on Wynn, but the pond area is on our radar. We do want to do some cleaning around the pond this year.
This fall.
Yeah, and making it more usable, because right now there's only that small space that we can actually cast out. It's so filled with trees and bushes and and the pond, like the pathway to the pond,
is getting overgrown and getting taken over.
Super overgrown. Trees have fallen down, and
we got to do some cleaning up around down there and everything else.
Our to-do list looks like Santa's list for the kids. It's just
keeps on rolling down and going and going and going.
Our to-do list is very long, but little by
little. I was chopping away at it just fine. But I always keep on adding more and more to it, and I'm like, man.
Oh, Gary, thank you so much. Gary TP says, I'll help out. Thank you, Gary.
Oh, thank you, man.
That was so nice of you. I appreciate that, man. Very, very generous. See, we got some new chairs in our works.
Heck yes. Heck yes.
New chairs.
Thank you, guys.
Or that could be one of those posts since they're so crazy expensive.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Excuse
I couldn't believe it. And that's only for the 8-footers.
I know.
And that brings me to another reason why I need to go up a little bit more. You know, it's 8 foot to the end of the block.
Yeah.
I still have another 16 inches to get to the base of the actual cabin floor.
So we're probably going to have to buy, what do you think? I don't think we're going to have to get the 12. I think we're probably going to have to get the 12-foot posts, huh? Or maybe the...
No, we're going to get 8 foots. So the good thing is so the kickers, I went 7 rows on there. So we're 1 more block higher than halfway.
Right.
So just bringing us up that extra little bit, plus the 2 inches for the cap and everything else.
I think that's more like 3 inches, but...
Well, it's the way I set it. It's down below it a little bit and then back up.
Yeah.
It might be 3.5 inches
We'll have to
below.
bust out that measuring tape. You know
We'll
you're
figure it out. Well, I mean, you can see where the crack. You can see where the crack is.
Yeah.
To it, and then so the top, I would say it's only sticking out about like 2 inches, roughly.
I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
So I mean, as long as it's fairly close, I don't really care. The poles will make up the difference.
Right, and it's going to be really nice, guys. I'm very excited for having the decking here. It's going to give us some shade, kind of act like a little pergola until we can get, the roofing and all the other stuff done. And although it's not going to stop all of the rain immediately, it will slow it down quite a bit. It'll make it a lot nicer, out here.
It's gonna change completely.
As one of my best gals, Roxy over at Country Road Cure would say, it's gonna totally change the feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Randall, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are just blessing upon blessing tonight. Dang, thank you guys so much. I'm super humbled, and please don't ever feel like you have to do that or put yourself out in any kind of way. But I thank you guys so much. And it says a little 12-foot John boat with oars would be fun for the pond.
That would be fun.
That'd be
super fun. That would be really cool.
But we do have that. You got a little buggy up there. Oh, flew away.
Flew away.
Flew away.
We're getting flies all over us.
So, well, it was one of those little gnats.
Oh, that's what the dogs are getting at.
I gave them something to chew.
You gave them, yeah, okay. Had a frozen bottle in the...
I threw a frozen 2-liter soda bottle inside the dog's water trough, which is that 55-gallon barrel that we cut in half. And so it had like a small crack in it, and I couldn't give it to the rabbits anymore because it would leak the water. And I was like, well, I'm going to throw this in the dog water trough. And I just waited for it to melt, and I knew they were going to take it out and chew it, and that's exactly what Layla and Louie and Luna are over there doing right now. You can't hear it because of our mics, but we can hear a little crinkle, crinkle.
Well, what are they getting into?
Yeah, I knew they were going to chew it, and I was like, all right, it's fine.
No.
It's okay.
There you go. You guys got another toy.
Brookberg's glad you can talk better today. Thank you so much. I was sounding like Minnie Mouse, man. When I get sick, my vocal cords, for whatever, I get like I'm on helium or something.
It's pretty funny.
Gary makes fun of me. He calls me Minnie Mouse. That's what he always says. But
I'll start squeaking at her.
And I'm like, shut up! Stop teasing me! It's all love. It's okay. That's what husbands do to their wives, right? Butt Nuggets Homestead. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you guys in here today. And then Heather Clayton, good to see you in here tonight too. Drew's Lens, of course, gang. What's going on, my man? Peter Grimes, hello. Judy, do you know yet how you will tie down your shed? That's a very good question, because we are going on a material run tomorrow for, like the mortar and the rebar and stuff. So I think that's also on the agenda pickup tomorrow too, before storm season.
Yep.
So what were you thinking?
Rebar.
Rebar.
Rebar. Give myself a good 90 bend on it and just pound it down until it sort of like overhangs.
You gonna candy cane them?
Well, no, just have them out like an L bar.
Oh,
and then sort of that way it pushes and holds. We do it both ways like that, Mm-hmm. It's so weird trying to do that on the camera. If we go like this and clamp it down, it can't move side to side or anything like that, and it can't pull up. and then I can run baling wire into that little hole and
Yeah.
tie it off on that as well. So
I've seen, and it has been suggested to us too, to do like a big strap over the whole top of it. I don't know if that's necessary.
that will crush it like a can.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be necessary.
That would be bad. I feel like.
I've got full trust in your over-engineering. Whatever you do, it's not going to blow away like the Wizard of Oz house.
No, yeah, no. If we get all
Drew,
four walls
like Egyptian. Come on, that was a banger back in the day.
Oh man.
You know you were walking. Don't lie. You all know you were walking like an Egyptian when MTV was playing that on the TV. You turned it up loud. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was. I know I was. We were so cool. We were so cool.
But yeah, I'd say doing that and doing it on all four corners and everything like that, it should hold it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
you could even do 2 per corner. You know, having it to where all sides are being held like this. I'm just saying.
He's doing it again.
So weird.
Gary's got the moves. Don't let him lie. Speaking of the moves, I'm such an idiot, guys, and I love it. Like, I love my idiocracy. I throw little like Easter eggs inside our videos sometimes because I'm editing, right? And I'm looking at.
She's squirreling while editing, and she thinks of something. And, oh, this would be funny to put in there.
And then I'm sitting there at the computer desk, and I just start giggling to myself. And then Gary comes in, and he gives me that. Oh my gosh, what's the actor's name from The Ranch?
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, the guy with the mustache from The Ranch. It was on Netflix.
My dad.
He's a super popular Western actor. Oh my gosh. He's older now, so he has gray hair.
No, I'm gonna brain fart it.
Somebody type it in there. Anyway, he comes in there and he gives Sam Elliott. Thank you so much. Yes, Sam Elliott. I think Gary has like the facial expressions sometimes of Sam Elliott, like the stuff that the looks that he'll give me, and it just, I don't know, to me it's totally Sam Elliott. But anyway, he comes in and I'll just be sitting there and I'll just be giggling to myself, right? And he'll come in there and he'll give me this look and I'll be like, you gotta see this, babe, and he just shakes his head and he's like, oh my gosh. And sometimes I'll get a laugh out of him, but I do it mostly for my own personal entertainment.
I'll literally be laying in bed watching this show and I'm just hearing in the corner. I'm like, what in the world is going on over there?
And that's when I get the Sam Elliott look, the one eyebrow raised, you know, like. Oh, it's great. It's great. Gary made up his own dance. So I guess what I was squirreling off to is that Gary made up his own dance moves when he was crushing down the trash in the dumpster. He was twerking. That was all Gary. Camera placement. You were twerking. He's all, man, I'm all, well, you're the one that did it. I'll take it out if you want. He's all, whatever.
No.
It's funny. Sorry, guys. Squirrel. Okay. Granny D, why does your neighbor not have their dogs in a fence like you guys do? Okay, so Anthony and Roxanne, they plan to do the same.
Yep.
They just haven't gotten around to it yet. They've also been busy with life and doing things and working on stuff as much as they possibly can, but they also plan to as well.
Nope.
Their dogs, they've only got 3. No, they've got 4. Right? Lillian, no, they got 4. Because I don't even count Lillian. Lillian is always so far up Roxanne's booty.
No.
You know? But yeah, they got Maura, Jaina, and Ghost, and now Lillian, so they got 4. Jaina doesn't really leave their area, like, ever.
Nope.
Jaina is always on a porch somewhere hanging out. Lillian is always shoved up Roxanne's underneath her feet. I'll just say it more politely that way. She's always underneath Roxanne's feet. Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry, I'll be more polite. You know, Ghost and Maura are the only ones that really come over and kind of like try to hang out. And I don't want you guys to think that our dogs are constantly behind this gate and pour them and stuff, because that's not the case. We do let them out every day and walk them around.
I'll even leave the gate open just to see what they do.
And they stay, because they know.
And they still just, they just hang out. They're all, no,
yeah,
no, I'm not, no.
And so a reason why we needed the fence, not only were they becoming a little bit destructive, because 2 of them are puppies. We rescued them. We weren't planning on getting them, but if you guys have been watching the vlogs, you guys know how we acquired them. They were dumped in our area, and they were infested with fleas and ticks and scrawny and needed medical attention and stuff, and so we rescued them. That's where Ghost came from, which is also their sibling, but that's where Louie and Layla came from. Well, they had spent so much time wandering, and Luna is a husky, and she likes to wander. Well, we got a neighbor that's not too far, we're all about 40-acre parcels and stuff out here. So it's far away, but it's not like it's super far away for a dog. Anyhow, she'd go over there and start raising heck over there. And he's got a bunch of dogs, and then his dogs start barking, going nuts, and be terrorizing and stuff over there. And now instead of just it being Luna and Mora sometimes, now it's a whole pack of them going over there and terrorizing. And the neighbor's super nice. It's not like, a huge problem, but I'm not trying to be the neighbor that moves into the area and now is causing a problem with the established residents. That's not our style. Plus, on top of it too, Anthony and Rox had just put in their rabbit hutches, and on the back they have their watering system set up. Well, on a couple of different occasions, it was witnessed that it was my dogs, of course, going over there and scratching at the wires and messing it up for them. And Anthony and Rox, they fixed it to where the dogs can't really do it with some more wire and stuff. But it's not the point. The point of it is that they're my responsibility. And with as much stuff as we got going on, you can't. No. You can't watch them 24/7. Animals do need a secured place to be. Yep. But we do take them out on walks every day. They get to go walk around the property with us while we're doing the animal chores. They go walking and check out the chickens with us. And they play with the kids. But if we're not right there, being able to correct poor behavior, then they need to be in a fenced-in area. And so that's just what we decided we wanted to do. And it's working out good so far. And they're actually very happy. They're playing. It's a pretty big space.
They're having a good old time.
Yeah. And as far as their mess, this has also been brought up too. Their excrements and having the play area, that's a chore that gets done every single day. We got a scooper, we got a shovel, and that gets cleaned. Their mess gets cleaned up every single day. So there's no squishy toe action going on.
No. It makes it actually a little nicer in the sense of when we do walk out into the forest and we don't end up accidentally stepping into a pile. Yeah. And it's like, man.
So yeah,
that's happened quite often.
Yeah, that has happened quite often, actually.
You think you're perfectly fine and you're stepping in leaves, and it's not just leaves.
Kathy, Gary, do you have a recycling center by you folks? I was wondering if you could separate the cans and plastic bottles and use that money for a family fun night.
So they do have a recycling center. But as far as I know, and from when I talked to them, and everything, it's just mainly aluminum that they try to recycle, and the metal in a sense. But when we did it, and we had a crap ton of cans saved up.
Oh, and remember that metal bed frame and stuff that we had recycled?
It was actually it's in a video.
Yeah, one of the first videos when we first got to the property, there was a big trash pile, and we cleaned it, and we went to
Yeah, and we had a whole bunch of cans, and I think it was only $12.
Yeah, $12
for all of the cans and the metal and everything else.
It didn't even fill up the gas to get there.
No.
And honestly, I would do it just for the sake of doing
recycling,
it. Just
right?
for the sake of recycling, absolutely. This was a situation where it's like we said earlier, we're gonna go and do a supply run tomorrow. We need Biggie to do that, and we needed that truck empty. So Gary was doing some forward thinking as far as time allotment. That recycling center is over an hour away. Just everything that we have.
2-hour drive round trip just to...
Plus the time being there.
Plus the time to do it.
It just wasn't... We decided to put that inside our our dumpster because it's just the time allotment. We know we need our truck. We don't have time to go down there. It's not financially like, you know, and granted, yes, I would love to recycle it. It would be better for the environment, but unfortunately in our area, they're just not hip with that. They don't make it easy for you, where like I'll have some subscribers that'll tell me they're shocked, you know, because with all of their garbage cans, it automatically is a recycling can.
I don't want to get into it too much, but
no, that can spark political stuff, and we're not trying to go that route
but at the same time, there's been a lot of companies out there that have given you a recycling can and they don't really recycle it. They throw it in the same exact spot that they throw all the trash.
We've witnessed that as well.
Yep. So and that was by a city, an actual city doing it. So it's disheartening to see how the trash service itself is taken care of in certain aspects.
Hi, White Rock Nation, White Rock Homestead. Good to see you guys in here. It was super cool to get to hang out with you guys over at the Grady's, man. You guys are super rock on people. We love y'all. So yeah, they definitely do it differently in different countries and also different states, different counties. Country, you know, so for where we are, we will probably do that at some point. We'll probably set some aside, but right now we do need to use our truck. We need to go load up on some materials. We're going to do that tomorrow, and I don't know if we're going to start the block work. I think we're not going to try to work too crazy this weekend because we do have some plans with the kids. Of course, school started, and so now the kids are getting invited to birthday parties. While my daughter's Julia's best friend from school, been her best friend for the last 3 years, having a birthday party on Saturday, so we got to take Julia to that, and we're gonna like drop her off, and then we're gonna do something with Abe and Scarlett, just the four of us, while Julia's at the birthday party. So Saturday's kind of spoken of, and then Sunday we do try to respect the Sabbath as much as possible. Obviously, it's not always possible, but we try, right? We try. Yep. And so we're probably going to get all the materials and get all of our prepping done, marking out lines, getting a really good secured game plan, and then Monday we're going to start the blocks.
Tackle it.
We're going to start with all the block work. I wish I didn't get sick this week. It really kind of put us behind. But
hey, I was able to get quite a bit of other stuff done. So it's all.
You're my hero.
All works out, baby.
I know. You're my hero.
But so, it's I'm looking forward to it because from what I'm adding and everything else number wise, it should only be 28 blocks that we need to set. Which is
nothing. I'm looking at this kicker and I know that's a whole lot more than 28. And we did one kicker in one day.
Those are also 8-inch blocks.
I understand. You see how much I believe in you, baby? You see how much I believe in you?
I understand that, and I had a different feel on it when it was, you know, going to be messing with the 8-inch blocks, but now I'm like, man, it's the 12-inch blocks. Son of a gun. I don't want to mess with the 12-inch blocks. Why?
Well, I got your back, baby. I'm a great wing girl. I'll be your mud monkey. I'll be right there to clean up the slop and trowel it in, and I'll keep your mud nice and squishy for you.
All right.
Not too dry, not too wet, just right.
All right.
all right. So, we do plan to start that next week now. Like I said, man, we're kind of just bing and bonging on these projects. We do still want to finally finish off Pecker Palace, those poor peckers. They're fine, though, having just the tarp for a roof. The weather is beautiful. It's not cold yet. And when it has rained, they're staying nice and dry in there with just the tarp. Yep. But, you know, forward looking, they are going to need a roof. And we are going to need to put a little flap on the door thing for them. Maybe we'll get real fancy around here and we'll get one of those automatic door openers for for them. And we got to do something for the windows, too. There's just holes there right now. So looking forward to the winter time, we're going to want to be able to button them in, you know, make sure that they stay nice and warm. But right now, I don't want to button them in.
I have an idea for that.
Yeah.
I got an idea. But you guys will have to see that when it comes down to it.
Randall, thank you so much again for the super chat. He says, out of curiosity, Are YouTubers generally sole proprietors, or can you get an LLC? So technically, YouTubers are employees of Google. Yep. And at the end of the year, we get a 1099 from Google, and that's how we are all liable, right?
Which it is a sole proprietor.
It is a sole proprietor. Now, you can, if you wanted to, I'm not a professional as far as giving accounting or any of that advice. Please, if you guys are listening to me, because you're doing this as well,
seek professional help.
Okay, but you can get an LLC. You can actually open up a different business as well, and you can do your taxes and stuff as if this was for your marketing, and there's different ways to go about it. But I know one thing that is very popular is either an LLC or just continuing on as sole proprietor. Yep. Because of the different, write-offs and things that you can get for either status, depending on what you want to do.
Correct.
So again, that's all up to the person's personal preference on what they want to do. Yep. So, yeah.
Yep.
I hope that answers that question for you. Paul Honeyman, hey, good to see you, Uncle Paul. Are you just now creeping in? I didn't see your name earlier. That's our very good friend, but we call him Uncle Paul from over the pond. And he was probably one of our very first subscribers, ever. We had 3 people in a live chat, and he'd be in there.
Yep.
I appreciate you, Paul. We love you, man. One of these days, we're going to meet you in person and hang out and give you a big hug. Drew says, my CPA recommended me to get an LLC. Randall about to start sending out us 1099s for all the money he sends us. Hey, I hear that would be legit if it's over a certain amount, right?
Right.
Do what you got to do. I'll take it. I don't want you guys to get hurt with anything.
Only thing that gets me with the LLCs is trying to pay yourself with the LLC.
Yeah, I'm scared of
it gets into a gray area with that
situation where you can get in trouble for moving money around from one area to the next, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. That kind of scares me. I probably should look more into this, but when I do it, everything comes back in the green, and I'm not fudging any numbers or anything. I'm just doing it exactly how it's supposed to be done. As far as
that gets me is with the 1099, you're do all your taxes and all that stuff. Whereas the LLC, you're gonna have to do the taxes now for the LLC plus the payment that you're paying yourself with the LLC.
Randall says, I have an LLC, and you're right, personal payroll can be a challenge. Unless I hired somebody out to do that for me, I'm not sure if I'm mentally up for that challenge. I got so many squirrels rolling around in there.
I would probably be able to deal with it for you, babe, but
then get it. What's you waiting for?
It's math. I'm just saying, I'm good at math, and I'm good at numbers, and I'm good at looking at that kind of stuff. But
yeah. So real quick, we've got about 10 minutes until we do have to run, and I want to let you guys know, I guess, what we're kind of going to be up to. We kind of talked a little bit about how we're going to be blockheads again here real soon. We need to spend probably about a good day working on the Pecker Palace, and then after that we could walk away from it for a few months, and I won't be, I guess, feeling bad, which right now I shouldn't feel bad. It's totally irrational. They're 100% fine, and they're just chickens after all.
Dude, those chickens are happier than happy. Every single time I go down there,
I know.
They charge the fence, seeing me. They're all, hey, food for me, and it's you already have an endless supply of food in there.
They just want more.
I fed you already. I'm all right, I'll go grab the scratch and throw it out there for them, and
give them a little
treat.
Treat.
There's a pile of ragweed inside the chicken coop, and it's funnier because just keep on pulling it and throwing it in there, and there's so much that they haven't eaten that's just dead, and they're just hey, give me more. Second I throw any new in there, it's all 30 hands all over it. I was oh man, okay. Y'all really like that ragweed.
Well, the chickens and the rabbits are going to be getting a big feast here soon, because it's about time that I just kind of take care of my summer garden, and I rip out a lot of that stuff because it's not really growing anymore anyway. I'm going to leave my tomatoes and some of my peppers alone, but there's a lot of stuff that's already kind of gone to seed. and it needs to get out of there, like some of my lettuce and stuff. It's not very good for us to eat. We could still eat it, but it just doesn't taste as good because it's bitter.
It's a little bitter.
But the rabbits will love it. The chickens will love it. It's not going to go to waste.
No.
So
no.
I am getting to the point where I'm going to need to go in there and probably spend a good afternoon ripping everything out and then doing some more fresh planting for my fall garden. Which
I wonder if you can chop that up and throw it in the freezer. All the salad or all the lettuce and all the stuff, chop it all up. Feed the rabbits little by little with it.
Oh, I can most definitely
Instead
do that.
Instead of throwing all of it in there.
I can vacuum seal it too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can most definitely do that instead of giving it to them at one time. And make it spread it out a little bit longer. Most definitely, 100%.
We ain't eating it. The animals will eat it.
Randall, thank you so much, man. You're just like blessing us so much tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
For old time's sake, say hi to Drew for me. Hi, Drew. Good to see you, Drew.
What's up, Drew?
What's up, Drew? Aw, we love Drew. Drew's the homie.
Heck yeah.
And so are you, Randall. Thank you so much for being in here. It's all Grady. Looks like they've got to go. Good night, SimpleLifeReclaimed. Love and blessings. Good night, everyone. Love you, Denise and Marcel. You guys are the best. So yeah, so I definitely have another thing on my to-do list. Maybe I'll start, I don't know, maybe tomorrow after we go shopping, because all we're doing tomorrow is we're going to go on a supply run and kind of start prepping a little bit of things here and there. And then Saturday we're going to be going and taking the kid to her friend's birthday thing, and then Sunday is day of rest, hitting it Monday. So that's kind of what we're up to in the next few days, honestly. And I'm super duper excited to be a blockhead again with Gary and get all this stuff done. I know he's kind of dreading it a little bit, but I'm excited because I know that it's like finally another step back towards working on the house. We have to do these things so that way we can
do the roof,
and we can do
once the roof is done. Then well, I'm not doing any of the exterior siding. That was going to be like one of the last things I do.
I know.
But yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes. I
all
feel
the
you.
Exterior will be finished before we move on inside.
No.
Like finishings of the inside, babe.
Yes and no. Yes.
Okay, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Gary's throwing me under the bus here. I thought we had a plan.
We have a plan. You're just trying to jump. You're trying to jump the plan.
Maybe I am. I don't know. Heck, I don't know anything.
We got to do the roof.
I just roll with it. I'm a sidekick, guys. I'm a sidekick and a videographer. Gary is the man with the plan, and I say, yes, sir, let's go. Once
the roof is done, then we're going to go with plumbing-wise of biggest thing, which is going to be the AC, which is going to be the ducts, right? The biggest duct or biggest things that possible to get in there. Then after that, it'll be the sewage plumbing and all that other stuff and all the drains and all that. And then after that, it'll be all the wires, which is tiny, you know. Get all the wires ran. And then once all that's done, then we can insulate, kick on the AC, and work up there.
What about the exterior?
Kick on the heater. Well, we could work on both at the same time. It don't matter.
No, we're going to be...
I'm not worrying about the exterior whatsoever at all until after all the plumbing and all the electrical and all the wiring and all of everything is all said and done, because then I'll be like, all right, it's there.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about trying to knock out a hole and trying to weatherproof it or anything else like that, and it'll be pretty straightforward from there.
Well, whatever you decide, however you decide, whenever you decide, I'll be there with a camera and a smile, baby. I'll be there ready. I'll be a good side tech for you.
First things first, pillars.
Yeah. First things first is
work on the deck.
Let's
get the decking done to where we can do the roof.
We have so much to do before winter, guys, and I know that we're going to be able to hoof it and we're going to be able to get it all done. I know we are. There's not a single thing. I mean, golly, I mean, we came out here to raw property and here we are. We lived in a trailer. We went through like all this struggle and stuff. If we can go through all of that and we can be where we are, there's not a single thing in my body that tells me that if we set our mind to doing something, that we won't be able to get it done.
I mean, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it.
And that goes for you guys at home too, man. If you set yourself and you set your mind to something, am I giving my cooties to you?
Oh,
I hope not.
No, I'm feeling like mine's all allergies.
If you guys set your mind to something and you work a little bit every single day, and even if that little bit is just writing a few things down, making a plan, you know, like it doesn't have to be such a huge monumental giant step. Every step is not a leap. Sometimes steps are baby steps.
Yep.
And that's okay. You don't give up. You only fail when you stop trying and you haven't reached your goal. When you quit and you haven't reached your goal, now you failed.
Yep.
And I truly believe that Gary and I can do anything. I just have that mindset, you know, like there's nothing that we can't do, right? And so therefore it seems to be our reality. I think that if you guys had that mindset too, you would be amazed at what you are capable of and what you can do. I know it sounds super corny and you're like, oh, you don't know me. You're right, I don't know you, but I believe in you anyway.
You know where it all starts? First imagining you doing it.
Yes.
And seeing it. You gotta visualize it. You don't visualize it, it's hard to see, or it's hard to do it. It's hard to see it. It's hard to follow it through.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta visualize it. You gotta see it.
You know, I
have the vision.
I was scrolling. I was scrolling the other day, and I came across a quote. Now I can't remember it word for word. I'm just paraphrasing here, right? And had this long caption, very intriguing. But it was a meme, and it was a meme of a quote. And the gist of it was, with all the people in the world, if some people can hate you for no... If some people... Okay, actually, let me go back. Sorry, I'm messing it up. It goes like this. So, it was a conversation piece between, like, it was like quotes, and it was one person saying something, another person saying something, and it going back and forth. So that's what the visual of the little word graphic looked like. And the word was like, hey you, yeah you're amazing and I love you. And then the talk back to it was like, but that's weird, you don't even know me. And then the person talking back to the original person was saying, well, there's 7 billion people in the world, and if people can hate each other without knowing each other, then why can't I love somebody without knowing them? And I thought that was super beautiful, and it made a lot of sense to me, and I know I'm probably butchering it and messing it up, but I think that you guys might catch what I'm trying to throw. And so I guess full circling back to I believe in you guys. And I thank you guys for being with us and believing in us and always having our back. And it just makes me feel good, guys. It makes me feel good. And I hope that we can make you feel good.
Yes.
I really, truly do. Randall. He says, Randall, thank you for the super chat. And he says, what's everyone's favorite SLR video? Mine is when CRC got to the property. That collaboration was awesome. Thank you so much, Randall. That was a lot of fun. That's like monumental in our life.
Yes.
That was a huge turning point for our life and for everything here on the 41.36. That was the first time Anthony and Rox had ever even actually seen the property. They had never even been here before. They trusted us, and you know, pictures and videos and what we told them, and they bought sight unseen. How amazing is that?
No.
And we all went on this big journey together. And honestly, I would love, if you guys have not gone over to Country Road Cure, I'm making it like my personal mission. They need to get over 50,000 subscribers already. They're so close.
Yes.
They've been tickling it for a while. But if you guys haven't gone over to Country Road Cure, if I can stop coughing for 1 second. I know what I want to say. I can't say it. Excuse me. They are just as much a part of this journey as our kids are, as me and Gary are. Without Anthony and Roxanne, Gary and I wouldn't be able to do everything that we do. There's so much behind the scenes that we do for each other. And some of it, is private work. That's my big brother, and I'm his little sister, and we're a family. And we don't talk about all this mundane stuff that goes on in life, and everything is good. And without them coming and moving out here with us, I don't know if Gary and I would. I mean, we still would have done something. We still would have done it. I don't know if it would have been here in Arkansas, and I don't know if we would have been able to dream as big as we have. Because everything along the way has been split with Anthony and Roxanne, and there have been plenty of times where Gary and I are really down in the dumps or things aren't working out, and I'm like sitting off to myself over here in a tree or something, and Anthony, big brother, sees me and he's like, "What's going on over here?" Come with the quips, to make me laugh and pick us back up. And man, what's going on? You just did all that. Why are you giving up on yourself now? The pep talks, right? And having them there to give us that and us be able to return that to them and bounce ideas off of each other. We share each other's, the children together all the time. And it's really, really boosted morale. And without them, this journey would not be nearly as much fun. So,
no.
Yeah, please go check out my brother's channel. My brother and my amazing sister-in-law, Anthony and Roxanne, Country Road Cure. In fact, check out the shirt. Let me turn around. There you go. There you go. Go check them out. Subscribe. 41.36 for life. Guys. Well, it's getting to be about that time. Biddy Boo, good to see you in here, sweetheart. Can't wait to hang out with you again. It is getting dark, and it is about that time. We've been yakking to y'all for about an hour now. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. For those that don't know, we do have a second channel, which is Real Talk with SLR. We post on that channel Monday through Friday as much as I possibly can. Sometimes we throw in a few extras on the weekends, too. And they are kind of similar to this live format, except they're not lives. They're just pre-recorded. We sit down, we talk to you guys about what's going on for the day. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens on that channel as well. So if that's your jam, if you guys want to hang out with us more regularly, I invite you to go to Real Talk with SLR and catch us there. But yeah, we're going to have us a great weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back on Real Talk tomorrow morning. And I'm going to do my best to squirrel together some footage for you guys. I think I'll have a Saturday post here on Simple Life Reclaimed if I can get all of my squirrels in a row. That's what I'm going to try to shoot for. And I thank you guys again for the understanding and the well wishes and positivity and love that you spread towards us and towards everyone in this community. Don't forget to believe in yourself, friends.
Yes.
And Leon, of course, we're trying to say goodbye, and I'm not the super long goodbyer. He's coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Leon. He says, "Give those dogs some treats for me, even though they tore up the chairs." Will do, honey, will do.
Will do.
Actually, tonight I gave him a bone because we had a roast and it had a big bone in it, and I threw it out there. But I'll get them some treats too.
Yeah. When I weed whacked too, I found the other bone that they had hidden.
Yeah, the big giant one we got him for Christmas. That was like, Yeah. Anyways, friends, we're gonna run. Thank you again so much for loving on us and for being a part of our community. We invite you guys to make friends in the chat, hang out with each other, share a smile, share a laugh. Don't stop believing in yourself. Do it like Journeyman. Don't stop believing. Hold on into that feeling. We'll see you guys on Real Talk tomorrow and here on Simple Life probably on Saturday. So I can't say goodbye.
Well, until the next one, you guys. I hope you guys have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Later.
Bye, you guys. Don't stop believing.
Oh, man.